In this video, I'll be going over how to compare absolute value. To compare absolute value, we need to first know what an absolute value is. An absolute value is the distance from 0. And another way is to simply take any number within the absolute value and convert it to a positive number. Now, with the help of a number line in the middle of the screen, we can tell what the distance from 0 each of the absolute value is before we come to the final answer for each of the examples below. For the first example, we have a -5 and a -3. Since they are within the absolute value, -5 would become 5. This number of -5 would have been here, and if we actually count the distance between -5 and 0, we can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, the distance between -5 and 0 is 5. Now for -3, would be right here, and the distance from 0 would be 1, 2, 3. And so we will place this as 3. And now that we have these numbers figured out, 5 and 3, now we can compare them. 5 is greater than 3, so the first answer would be greater than. Now for the second example, we have absolute value of -7 and 7. And so we're going to go ahead and plot these on the number line. So we have -7, which will be right here. And we have 7, which will be right here. And we can tell that the distance from 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will go for -7. And for 7, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. So that will be 7. And if you are not using a number line, you can simply remove the negative sign inside the absolute value and make it a positive 7 in this case. Since both are 7, so the answer for number 2 is equal. Now for the third example, we have an absolute value of -4 and absolute value of 3. So if we are doing with the number line, we have -4 here, and the distance from 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we have 4. Or we could remove the negative sign inside the absolute value and simply make it 4. Next, we have 3. And the distance from 0 is 1, 2, 3. And that's 3. Like so. And now, after we compare them, 4 is greater than 3, so the answer will be greater than. And the last example, we have absolute value of 5 and absolute value of -2. So 5 will be right here. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. And then for -2, we have 1, 2. Or we can just simply remove this negative value inside the absolute value, and the answer will also be 2. Now we have 5 compared to 2, and 5 is greater than 2, so we have greater than. So these 4 are examples of how you would compare absolute value. And the absolute value is the distance from 0. And without using a number line, it's quite easy to simply remove any negative value inside the absolute value, and you will have the distance from 0. If it's -7, you will have 7. If it's a positive 7 inside the absolute value, it will remain to be 7. After you get the absolute value of each number, then you can compare them and come up with the answer. We also have a video on what an absolute value is if you need further assistance on that. Hopefully this video is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.